3, 2, Carter, all you, bud.
Okay, so my topic is fishing. It's been something I've been doing for a while. Like, I think I've been doing it since I was probably about 5. I always used to use these, which we'll get to in a minute, but. Okay, so my first slide is on bait casters, which is what I've been using for about 2 years now. This is my favorite one. My uncle is a professional fisherman in Florida, and he actually taught me how to use these. And he just taught me you get so much more flipping and casting in per reel, and per hour you get a better chance of catching a fish. That and they just have more torque, and I just like them a lot better. They're smoother, you cast farther. I just like it better all around. So the drag on a bait caster is actually I can't hang that around, it's out of pull. But the drag is a star on here. The tighter it is, the harder it is to pull the line. So if you have weak line, you want the drag set low so the fish can pull and it won't snap. But if I'm going for like carp, and I don't know how to use a bait caster, but say didn't have a spinner, I would put it on tight and I'd get like 50-pound braid. The spool is where the line sits. The reel handle are these. This is my tension knob, where this little circle right here, so it shows how fast this line lets out of the reel. This one actually has a computer in it though, so it kind of does a lot of it for me.
What?
Yeah, so usually, this is my cheaper one. This is my first bait cast I ever got. Usually you adjust the brakes to however you want it, so you don't backlash. So if you're casting really far and it's good conditions, you want it lower if you know what you're doing. But if you're just starting out or it's windy, you want it on max brakes so it doesn't poof out at you. That one does it by itself. It's got a computer in it. That's why.
Shut up.
Yeah, you should hear it cast. It makes
Is
a
it,
cool noise.
what, I mean, do you hook it to your phone and set it, or just app?
No, when you cast it, it charges it, and it reads the line speed 1,000 times a second.
So what's the difference between the two, like in price?
This one was about $30 for the reel. That one's about $250
Oh,
for the reel.
and I could just go to McDonald's and order a fish sandwich.
I actually don't eat fish. I just catch and release. Okay, so casting for these 3 are all different. This one, you don't have to be skilled at all. You just hit the button and well, it's not like a button caster, but you would hit the button, have a fluke on there, but hit the button and you would zing it out. You'd have to keep your thumb on just above the line.
Yeah.
So it doesn't come out at you again. This one automatically does it, so you don't have to do that. But this one, on the other hand, you definitely have to keep your thumb on there, or else you'll have a couple hours of getting line back into the spool.
It's so much fun.
Whenever I have a free second, I'm doing it. For this, for the spinner, my salmon rod, usually the line would be right here. You flip the bail down, you put your finger on there, you just let go.
Do you side cast more or over?
If I'm on a boat, if I'm on a boat alone, I'll go over. But usually for bait casters, I would always go side, because I can just get more distance and it helps against the wind.
Okay.
Because with those, you really don't want to cast into the wind at all, or else you'll also backlash unless you're using that one. It reads the wind speed.
Wow. Does it open your beer for you? I'm sorry, never mind. Thing does what doesn't it do?
I don't know. It's pretty great. I just love that. That's actually my spinner. So that's what I was gonna go over. So the tension knob on this one, like how fast the line comes out. Actually, this is the drag. The drag is on top on spinners, which is the equivalent of that star on the side. This one has, I think, 10 bearings. This one has, I think, 5, and that one has like 3 in it. So that just shows how fast you can reel in. They all have different gear ratios. That's a 7:1:1 Shimano SLX DC 150 HG.
Wow.
That one is just an Abu Black Max with Okay, so rigs. My 2 favorite soft plastics are, I have a fluke rigged on this one, which is like a soft plastic jerk bait, which you would go for, and it's either cold or warm water. Like this is all, it's all good all around bait, and you can do it. You can dead stick it, which means you set, you reel, set, you reel, and you just dead stick it all the way in, or you can just reel it. It's for adding one, basically just a good all around bait. I have Senkos in here, but I don't want to put them out. Those you can wacky rig them, which means you put the hook through the middle and it just flops, and they love that during the spring and early summer. But I've been using those fish lately because that's what I just caught my like 6 pounder on the other day. So outer rig, I can do it with this. I was gonna bring in enough, but I don't think I have enough for everybody to use because that's a lot of flukes. But I'm gonna try my best to show everyone how you do it. That's my bullet weight on the end. You put that on before you were getting anything on. So I use 5/0 hooks because Florida fishing, big fish, you want to bend the hook. So you want to take, on a fluke, you take it through the end of the hook, through the head. And then you can poke it out that way. You push it all the way out through. And then you twist around. And there's this little spot in the stomach where you can just put it in there. And it lines right up pretty nicely. And then when you set the hook into a fish, the hook will come out right into its lip.
So you're hiding it.
Yeah.
Like
So
a
it's weedless.
sniper.
It's weedless, so you don't get hooked in any weeds.
Gotcha. That's smart. My bonehead always stuck it through. I like trout ponds.
And then for setting the hook, everyone does it different. For me, oh my weight's up there. For me, I like to set the hook diagonally because I hate it when they choke on it because that makes me feel like I have to get it down in there and pop it out, and I know that because their lips will heal up on them, like it's like getting your nose pierced
Right.
for them, but it heals up like let's say you cut your hand, it heals up in like 3 days.
But their gullet.
Yeah, but like if you get them in the mouth, even if you get a hook stuck in their mouth, it will rust it out. There's a bacteria in their mouth that will rust out hooks.
Really?
So that they won't ever die if you get a hook stuck in their mouth. But if it's down deep in the throat, they can die if you don't get it out fast.
Good call, man.
So I always set the hook to the side so it gets more in here, and unless they bite it sideways, which hardly ever happens, they won't get it in their nose or eye. So that's how I always set the hook. That, and I get a lot more power if I use my body weight and this, and it just comes right up.
So how much you think you got wrapped up total in all your fishing gear?
Like cost-wise, like about 5 paychecks. I have 5 rods, and I have 2 tackle boxes. This is my smaller one.
So 2,000-3,000?
No, not that much.
Oh, okay.
Probably about like, it was small paychecks back when I only worked weekends. So
Oh, gotcha.
probably about 500.
As you get older, your toys always get more expensive though.
Probably about 500.
I can see you driving one of those maxed out bass boats.
But yeah, I think that's about it.
Well done, Mike. Well done.